We will go ahead and get started. By the way, thank you for taking some time tonight to be here because I know this is a hot topic. We're going to be talking about something that honestly I believe has the power to change our financial future, and that is going to be crypto. We're going to create a legacy that's going to last well beyond our years. I will disclaim, though, as you already saw, the my name is Nick LaValle, and I am not giving you financial advice. Um, we are not financial advisors. We're not telling you how to spend your money or where to spend your money or how not to spend your money. We are simply giving you information and letting you make that choice. And this is for educational purposes um, only. That is my beautiful wife, Kirsten. I am the husband, Nick. And we started this journey, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the facts of TEXIT coin, explain why I believe this is one of the most powerful passive income and legacy building opportunities that we've come across in our lifetime so far. We had this opportunity with something else. Starts with a B, ends with Itcoin, and we just could not do it. We lived in Texas for 14 years before moving to Chattanooga. We have 5 kids. We're business owners. We're entrepreneurs. We know a little bit of something about everything except for crypto when we originally started. Um, we knew nothing about crypto until we were gifted a mine from my mom. And this was back in February 14th to be exact, was the date that I was received a call from her saying, "Hey, I bought some crypto mines and I got a free one. I want to give it to you." And I said, "Man, that's great." We sat on it for several months, not even realizing what we had, until we had made when checking on it, quite a few $1,000s, and we used that money to buy a few more mines. And we just started to share. We decided to start sharing our excitement with our family and friends. Since then, we've amassed quite a few mines, and when I say quite a few, I mean that one free one has amassed itself into now 33 mines. So we'll get into all that. So you might be new to crypto and wondering what it means to mine cryptocurrency. And that is a really, really good question to ask yourself because if I can be honest with you, um, I wanted to ask myself that before. So imagine an orchard, right? Tons of acreage. And on that or in that orchard, they want to have 1 million apple trees. And you have the ability to purchase up to 9 of those trees so that you can make money on the fruit of that tree. Okay. Now, that is what Texit has done. Now, think of mining in regards to that orchard. The mining machines are the trees, and the coins that are produced are the apples or the fruit of the tree. And mining is literally just producing apples or coins, if it were. It's really that simple. We overcomplicate it in our head because we think we have to know how the miners work and what the computers look like and how much gigawatt and mega hash and all the stuff it takes to run them. But it really doesn't come down to that. It really just comes down to knowing that a mine is the overall orchard, the miner is the tree, and the coins that are produced are the apples. So, what exactly is Texit coin then in regard to mining? Well, Texit coin is a layer one proof of work blockchain built from the ground up in its own infrastructure. This is not something that's wrapped in another coin. It's not a mass produced, pre-produced, pre-mined product. It was born in Texas. It's mined by regular people, and there is no need for complex machines or high electric bills. This is a different beast. Um, it was built to be money that you can use. It is a fast system and it's low cost, and that's why you can send money in crypto like this, but you go to your bank and you want to wire money, you pay a fee and it takes a lot longer. To paint the picture, I'll give you this kind of real world example. A friend of yours moved a Texit coin to someone out of state. Let's say you live in Texas and you want to send money to someone in, upstate New York, and that transaction gets cleared in minutes. The fee was a fraction of a penny, and you compare that to PayPal, Cash App, or a wire where everything is charged. If you ever use Venmo or PayPal or anything, if you want immediate in your account, they charge a fee. If you want to wire money, it's $25 to $50. If you want a cashier's check, they even charge you for a cashier's check. It's astounding. But this is why Texit Coin matters. So, why Texit Coin? When there are, I don't know, thousands of coins out there? Well, there was no pre-mine. What that means is they didn't go and start this and mine a bunch of coins and then hold on to them and hoard them. And then when it was time to launch, they used those to lure people in. Then the bottom falls out because they start giving away so many coins that the bottom falls out because there's no liquidity. Every coin is mineable, which makes this a fair project. Okay. It's already tradable. We're in Bitmart, DexTrade, MEXC. We've already put our application in for Kraken. We're on 8 or 9 different platforms for selling, buying, or trading. Okay. Um, so you can do that currently. So if you sign up today and tomorrow you get a coin or half a coin, you can turn and sell that coin if you wanted to. Um, I would call you crazy, but you could do it. This isn't a meme coin or a pump and dump scheme. This is not a situation where this is built like I'll give you one example, and this is so you understand what a meme coin is. The Trump coin is selling for lots of money, but it's not actually being mined. It's being trafficked, but it's built on another network. Okay. And what that means is it's not actually physically being blockchained. It's not actually physically being mined. It's not actually physically done in a transparent way. This is not a meme coin. It's not a pump and dump, which means they want a pump a bunch of coins out on the market and then dump, and then the bottom falls out, and the people that made the money are the guys at the top. Texit Coin is built on a real infrastructure with transparent leadership and community first approach. And that is true because you can see everything online right now, even if you're not a miner. It's more efficient than Bitcoin. Bitcoin is known for their massive energy use. Texit Coin is built to be way more sustainable, and because of that, it's cost effective. So, and we can get into that in the Q&A, but that makes this a really, really big deal. Now, I'll share an example of why Texit Coin. Okay. Let's just say you have a local food truck owner. He could reasonably pay, and I know this firsthand, over $3,500 a year, and that's actually quite conservative, on credit card fees. If he could have accepted Texit Coin, he would be paying under $50 for that same year, putting money back in his pocket that he could either reinvest or put his kids in school or pay for their clothing or whatever it is that he needs to do, even buying equipment for his place. But that's the difference, and that's why this is a big deal. So, what's the mission here at Texit Coin? Well, it's simple. We want to restore honest money back to the people. The mission is to create a Texas-born, US-born, community-powered currency that allows families and small businesses to keep more of their money. And that is important for all of us. Here's the founder, Bobby Gray. He is the founder of TXC. He is a very, very lighthearted and extremely intelligent man. But he created the American Open Currency Standard in 2008, and that's still going strong today. He was the original Bitcoin designer, and he minted all of the cold storage coins that protected the cryptocurrency market. But he missed the boat. This is not some anonymous team. These are real people with a proven track record. If I told you to show me or Google a picture of the people who started, Bitcoin, you could not do that because the person doesn't really truly exist. It's a group of people. Bobby testified before Congress at a congressional hearing on alternative currencies years and years ago, 17 years ago. This is not a new thought for him. This has been in his back burner for a long time. He was doing gold and silver until he realized that the kids of today, they aren't looking to go walk into the car shop and with a wheelbarrow full of silver or gold and try and buy their favorite car. They're just not doing it. Now, TEXIT is growing. The same people who benefit from the mission of TEXIT are the reason that it's growing so rapidly. And the reason that it's growing is because TEXIT decided to use a crowdfunding method of financially supporting and growing the company, as opposed to a conglomerate or a hedge fund or anything like that. And it's been wildly successful, and the people are changing their lives on TEXIT Coin. Why is this important? Because people like this right here, that is my son and his fiance, they were able to drive around in a car that my mentor was given, and that is because Texas Coin took care of its people. And I find that to be kind of amazing. But this is a big deal because, well, we all want to be rewarded for the effort we put in, but most of the time, companies want you to reward them before they reward you. One of the biggest reasons I trust Texas Coin is the transparency. If you go to mindtxe.com, you will find everything that you're seeing here and more. You will see what countries people have bought the mines from, because I've got friends and I've got also friends who have family in Australia. So some people have bought from Australia. New Zealand is another one. There's a few countries out there, but you will see they will not allow other countries to become a majority shareholder. They will not do it. As a matter of fact, they have two of the biggest ones, the biggest sections of mining by countries. 27.66 is Texas, and 51.65 is the USA. If that doesn't put a smile on your face, I don't know what will. You can see everything on the dashboard. Once you join, you can see how the funds are used, where the miners are located. You can see the hash rate. Over 60% of the miners are here in the US, like I was saying, because you add up the 51 and the 27 and you've got all the US. This is not an offshore product hiding behind or a project hiding behind an anonymous developer or developers. It's local, it's visible, and it's real. And this is what I'm most excited about, is the mining side of this. If you wanted to mine Bitcoin, you would need tens of thousands of dollars and lots of air conditioning, and lots of energy bills. You'd spend thousands every month. Most people can't do that. Today, Texas Coin makes it simple. That's what makes this so exciting for me. It's why I'm willing to do this and share with you. The infrastructure is already built. All you have to do is purchase one mine. You get that locked in for you, and that money helps build the infrastructure, which keeps it going and keeps you funded. How do I say that? Because, well, you're buying a mine. You're not buying a number. You're literally buying a mine that's going to produce coins every single day. Let's look at some of the numbers. Texas Coin launched in April of 2024. I would say it was actually probably closer to March, I think. But it officially hit CoinMarketCap in April of 2024. It was a fraction of a penny, pretty much, a fraction of 2 pennies. It was 0.028. Today, November 2025, which is now it's December 1st, so forgive me. It's just under $4, and that is about to explode. I'll just warn you that it's about to go up. And there's about 54.5 million coins in circulation out of the max supply of 353 million coins. The block rewards are 254 TXC every 3 minutes, or 95,000 a day, approximate. And that gets distributed over all of the miners that buy a seat on the rocket ship, right? Compared to the largest cryptocurrencies in the world, this is still ground floor. And that's why this is exciting, because this is still something that's young and has time to grow. And this is where it gets really interesting. In February of 2026, the projection is $16 a coin. $16 a coin, and that'll put it at a $1 billion market cap. But that's just the start. And that's why, again, this is so exciting. We're barely at 20, I think 21% of the mine seats are sold. So we're at 21% capacity. That is a very exciting number. I don't know about you, but that is exciting because that means there's a lot of opportunity for my family and friends to actually take advantage of this. The next goal is going to be $80, and that put TEXIT coin in the top 30 cryptocurrencies in the world. And by 2027, the infrastructure grows and adoption spreads. The target is 800 plus per coin to the vision of approximately $2,800 a coin. They can look at these projections because there's real data to back this stuff up with liquidity, market share, expansion, decentralization, all of that stuff. So, yes, I'm pretty excited about this. How much hash do you want? That question, I ask that, and immediately you say, what's hash? Well, every single orchard tree in the orchard is worth 100 mega hash. Now, I don't want to sit here and get into what mega hash really is, but all of the mega hash in the whole orchard's out there in Texas right now. Okay. Each seat is worth 100 mega hash. Each 100 mega hash is going to produce at the end of all this, when all the mines are sold, when everything is done and all the trees have been planted and all the trees are operational, that is going to be, each tree is 100 mega hash, which is one seat. And you can buy up to 9 of those trees if you so want to, if you so decide. When you do so, you can look at this here. When it gets to $16 a coin, each seat at a maxed out capacity and and with all the dividends being spread thin, you're looking at $152 a day at $16 a coin, or sorry, $1.52 a day, 45.60 a month. At $80 a coin, it jumps up to 760 a day, 228 a month. $800 a coin, you're looking at 76. I'll just make it easy. If it's $1,000 a coin, you're looking at $95 a day. That's just for easy decimal movement and math. And you're looking at about $3,000 a month. This is expected to go up to 2,000 to 3,000 to 2,000 to 2,800 per coin. But even at $2,000 a coin, you're making for one seat, you're making $190 a day in asset, and it is $5,700 a month in asset. That's a big deal because if you're not one that needs it right then and there, you let it accumulate. And as it accumulates, you're building wealth. To me, that's huge. Now, let's just look at, we're going to shift our imagery a little bit. You can still picture all of the, you can still picture all the orchards and the fruit and all the stuff, but I want you to understand this from a perspective of visual stimuli. Buying coins is like buying apples or the golden egg. And we've all heard of the golden egg. But I'll tell you what I like better. What I like better than buy a coin, sell a coin is owning, or buy a golden egg and sell a golden egg, is owning the goose that keeps producing the eggs. Because then I get to sell off those eggs every single day. And every single day when they sell off, I get another one the next day. This will happen for 136 years because, well, mathematics says it will. That's the size of the mine, and it'll run for 136 years, which is soon to be 135 years because another year will have ticked by. The mines start at $995, which gets you one seat, which is 100 mega hash, and that will pay out every single day into your cold wallet. If you do just want to go buy coins, you can buy the coins. You would just put a certain amount of money and effort into whatever the coins are that you want to buy, meaning you might buy 500 coins or 300 coins, whatever. But there's no access to our community. You can do it. You can go on to the 8 or 9 different sites that do it, that we're approved on, and you can go buy TXC there. But once you buy that TXC, whatever value you bought it at, your only profit is where it goes up from there. When you mine, you are storing up golden eggs because it'll keep laying them every single day for 136 years. That's a big deal. So, let's talk about how you can gain rewards while you earn, okay, and while you learn. So we have 2 ways that people can get rewards on this program. And it's because it's crowdfunded that this makes it such a powerful tool because it allows for things like this. So if you refer 3 people, you'll earn an additional mine or 2 mines if you're within your first 30 days. When you earn that, you're earning that just because you shared it with family and friends. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you share the opportunity, that's what you have. Now, on the other hand, okay, if you 1 second. The other side of it is the rapid rewards program. And this is important because this is designed for people who want to accelerate the growth, right? Accelerate the legacy. Every time you sign someone up and they get placed into your 2 team left and right legs, once you have 3 points on your left and 3 points on your right, you've earned $1,000 reward, and it doesn't stop there. If you get 6 points left, 6 points right, it's 2,000. If you get 9 points left and 9 points right, it is 3,000. These rewards can be paid out in hash power, which would be basically giving you another orchard tree, or it can be paid out in coins, which is the apples or the golden eggs, right? Or it can be paid out in USDC or cash. And this is a big deal. Why is it a big deal? Why does it matter? Because it means you're not just depending on the daily mining from your own seat. You have 2 additional ways to boost your earnings while you're letting your coins accumulate in your mine. Kind of a big deal. If I had extra golden geese and I knew of where to get them, and I had access to give you the referral to go get some more golden eggs or golden geese, I'm going to refer you to go get those golden geese because I want you to have golden eggs too. I don't have the income to go buy every single goose, right? But the cool thing is the farmer that has the geese, he's not selling any more than 9 geese to you. That's it. That way, not one person can come in and just buy them all. That's a big deal because that spreads out and makes everything kind of market share fair. 1 mine, which is 100 megahash, is $995. 3 mines is $29.85, which is 300 megahash. 5 mines is where they kind of go, listen, you're investing in this. We want to reward you. So they're going to give you 5 mines, which would be 500 megahash, but you get a 6th one for free. So you're actually paying for 500 megahash or 5 trees, and they're giving you a 6th tree in the orchard for free. If you do 9 mines, it's $89.55. These are all one-time fees because you're just buying the mine. That's going to give you 900 megahash that you've paid for, but it's also going to give you an extra 200 megahash, which means you're actually getting 1100 megahash. That is a big deal. These are the typical packages that people buy more than anything. I had 2 people do 5 mines today. So that's a big deal. Why? Because they see the long-term effects of what they have going on here at TEXIT. If you're ready to get started, it's very, very simple. The only info you're needed is your name, your phone number, your email, a home address, because they actually mail you a physical coin, and a username that you would like as an affiliate ID, and who referred you. Once we have all that data, you can put it all in there, and then you can even pay by ACH with a one-time check, and you don't even have to try and get into crypto. I'll tell you what was so brilliant. Bobby, originally they're like, well, we're a crypto company. We don't want people to pay with crypto. And then he realized we're going, hey, do you guys know what crypto is? And they're like, well, sort of. Do you have crypto? No. Okay. Well, would you like to get into crypto? Sure. Okay. Well, how do I pay with crypto? And the people are staring at you like a dog that just got an instruction for the first time. They're just, what? And so they changed it. So now we can pay with ACH. This is a big deal. This is a really big deal. I have 2 people that did it today. 2 people that did it today, and it was flawless. They were in the system immediately, and everything is fine. They started accumulating coins day one. This is a big deal. This is a big deal because we have a massive, massive ability here to change the middle class with cryptocurrency and Texit coin. So if you already have crypto, you can pay with that. That's fine. Just convert it to USDC, and you'll be able to go ahead and get yourself a mine. Outside of that, the ACH has been the easiest way so far that I have seen that people can do it because The banks don't put a hold on an ACH wire transfer. So it's like sending a check. That being said, we are at the end of presentation. I want to open it up to questions, and you can ask anything about the mining or anything about projections. This is your opportunity to get all that stuff out. And that is, when I say out, I mean get all your questions answered. And let me get this stopped. There we go. I want to make sure that you have the ability to ask any questions that you would like, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. I may only be able to take two or three because I don't want to take everyone's night. I tried to get through that as quickly and painlessly as possible. Kirsten, was that okay?
Yes, I just wanted to add because in the beginning you mentioned that we were gifted one mine, and then from that, now just your account has what is it, 33 or 38, something like that. I lost track.
Yes, yes, I didn't go back to that. Yes, so I was
Yeah.
just to finish that testimony, I was gifted a mine at the beginning of this, and I was like, "Oh, bless your heart, thank you," and I just kind of left it off to the side. I bless your hearted my mom. It's like patting her on the head and saying, "Good job, mom." But the reality is my mom knew more than I did, believe it or not, right? So, can you imagine? Mom knows more. So what did mom do? She just kind of smiled and said, "You're welcome." And I actually was appreciative. I just didn't know anything about it. Digital and cryptocurrency was foreign language. Might as well have been trying to speak Pig Latin or Carney because I wasn't going to get it. You know what I mean? So that being said, months later, I look at it and I have like thousands of dollars of coins. And I was like, oh gosh, this is interesting. So now, because I've taken the opportunity to share with people, I'm just being honest. This feels, I can just say it. This feels MLM-ish. But I'm just going to point this out. The sharing side of this is extremely temporary. Once these mines are all sold and all the orchard trees are in place, there is no more purchasing any more orchard trees. That's it. All that there is after that is coins. That's it. And so this is an opportunity to get in with what I missed and what Kirsten missed and her dad missed. And we've all been able to rectify that because now we own mining seats, which are, it's more than just owning a piece of a coin. It's more than that. And so now I have 33 mines or
And
30.
that's just his account. Because then with his first mine, then he bought me mines. And then now I have like 18 or 20. I have to look today to catch up of my own. And then we bought each of our kids a mine. And then, so we're not only earning the free mines, but every single week we're earning up to $3,000 on each of those accounts. You got y'all, that's $6,000 a week.
Yeah.
So I don't care if it sounds MLM, whatever you want to call it. It's not. It's more like you're getting that one-time fee. But the thing is, we're crowdfunding. We're helping this project grow together so we could all win. And again, it's just temporary. That part is temporary. Long term, my dad bought 9 mines and he has over $10,000 in his wallet and he's never shared with a soul. And that's so there's two parts that you get the long-term coin, the long-term kind of like your 401k with the coin, but then you could also, if you want money right now, commissions, you can share, but you don't have to. It's
Yep.
not, it's totally
I'll
not pressure.
say it this way. You can 100% buy a mine, let it sit. I did it from February until August, and I had thousands of dollars of coins in there because when I got it, I was accumulating multiple coins a day. By the time I knew what I had and I pulled my head out of my rear end, I was able to actually look around and see what I had. Once I knew, I was like, ooh, I got to get my wife one of these. So I got her a couple. And then as it grew, I was sharing with friends and family. I've got a buddy on here, Christopher Ostheim. Kirsten's friend, well, she's my friend too, but I'm saying Kirsten's friend, Leanne. You know, and Chris was like, Joe, you got to hear this. So now Joe's on here, right? So it's Phyllis, like it's sharing with friends and family because this opportunity won't be around for forever. This opportunity is very temporary. And that's not to pressure anybody. There's still months, don't get me wrong. But my point is this isn't a forever opportunity. This isn't one of those things where it's like, well, anytime you decide you want to join and just jump on this rocket ship, if we're already in the atmosphere, you ain't jumping on the rocket ship. You see what I mean? So anyway, um, go ahead and let's start with some questions, if there is any.
I have one.
Okay.
Okay, you can do the ACH. Are there other options as well?
Yeah, so you can pay with crypto, which you would just
Okay,
whatever crypto you might have to USDC. You can pay with check, but that one is tough. Okay. That one takes a long time. I'd rather you just did ACH because it's the same as a check. It's very secure. You're going to type it right in there on the secured site. And then once it's done, they call you to confirm a couple details and everything goes through. Um,
okay,
and that information is hidden from everyone at the company. Um, and then, of course, you can buy it if you have TXC. You can use your TXC to purchase mines if you knew someone that was on TXC and they have that option there. But the newest and easiest way, oh my gosh, it was like butter smooth today. The ACH option.
okay. If you had a credit card with points and no interest, can you use that?
No, they
No.
won't do. I'm just going to give you the I think answer. I think they don't want to pay fees and they don't want to push the fees to us.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
Can you imagine? For each 100 mega hash, it's $995, right? So let's just say you go out and you do like you're a company and you want to build an orchard that's 100 million mega hash, okay? And for every $1,000 you get feed 3.5 to 4%, or
right,
pass it back to the people, and then someone spends $10,000 or 8,900 and whatever, 8,400 and whatever it is, and they spend all that money, and then either you push the fee to them, so they're actually spending over 9,000, or you're eating it, so you don't have as much that you can spend on infrastructure. It just is very, very smart just to say, let's just avoid the fees. We're a crypto company.
right. It was just a curious question
No, it's a
because
great question. It's a
it's
great
great to build up the points.
yeah, that I understand. What you can
Yeah,
do though, if you have points and you can cash out on your card, you can do that, push it to your account, and then you can use that to purchase your mines if you wanted to. There's always where there's a will, there's a way, but you won't
right.
be able to use a credit card to pay for it to get points. Yeah,
Got it. Okay.
good question. Joe.
Uh, whenever I got my mine a couple weeks ago, I still have not received my coin. Any updates on that?
Yeah, so the coin thing, um let me give you guys the reality of the coin delay. When they first started, they expected it to grow, but not crazy fast. They couldn't staff it fast enough to get the coins out. And what they were doing at the beginning was they were taking the coin, they'd find the QR code on the back. There's a little code on the back that is part of that QR code, and they were
Yeah.
assigning it to Joe Wallen. And they were saying, this affiliate ID, Joe, has this code. And then they were putting it in an envelope and they were shipping it off to Joe. And then Joe's mail got lost. And now his cold wallet is floating around the USPS or UPS somewhere or FedEx or whatever. And now they have to go through this whole rigmarole. Not only that, but it took time for them to go, okay, Joe Wallen wants his coin because he just paid for a mine. Here's his code. I got to tie it to his account. I got to make sure it's in his package with his name on it. And no human error can happen in this, which, as you know, just in me saying that, there's human error that happens. So a coin with $4,000 in coins will get sent to Jonathan, and Jonathan, his coin shows up, but it's actually Joe's coin. And Joe gets Jonathan's coin, and he's got like two coins on there. And he's like, what the heck? It's been a month or whatever. So my point
Yeah.
is now what they're doing is they're allowing people to sign up, and then they're taking a coin. They don't care what the code is on the back. They're dropping it in an envelope that goes to you. And they're saying, here's Joe's coin. And when he receives it, he'll register that coin himself by logging in the back office and putting that code in. And when he does, it'll tie it to his account and boom, his cold wallet is secured. And then we will release the funds because they're held in escrow, for lack of a better way to picture it. They're held in an
Yeah.
escrow account in your name. And then when you actually register your coin, all of your coins that are affiliated with your cold wallet will get dumped into your cold wallet, no problem. So
Okay.
you, and
I just
because of
don't
that,
like
it's moving faster.
anything while I'm still waiting on it, or if it's just actually still building. And
It's
whenever I get it and sign into it, because I noticed last week Bobby Gray had even said himself that there's a delay on the coins, and like I get it, it's also a holiday week last week too. Um, hopefully I'll receive it sometime this week.
You, yeah, hopefully, but nonetheless, your account is actually getting coins every single day. So that is earmarked for you. And the second you get your coin and you put your code into the MindTXC website, the two of them will collide and you will see the coins you've accrued. That'll
Yeah.
be right there in your cold wallet, and you'll be able to register the app and do everything that you need to do.
All right.
Yeah, it's not being withheld from you because of their delay. The computer already knows that you're earmarked for one dividend every single day.
Okay.
And that's
Yeah,
what I was,
Joe, yeah, I'm sorry. Joe, I will just say, I mean, for me, it took almost exactly 4 weeks, and for my son, it took 5. It is coming. But I was the exact same way of thinking if the coin doesn't come, what does that mean? I just spent this money. It
Yeah.
is coming, but everyone that I've had of friends and family, it's almost exactly 4. So you still got a couple of weeks to go, but it is coming. I just feel like we're
Okay.
all used to our mail coming in 3 days, and it looks
Yeah.
different with the coins. Yeah.
well, but Melissa,
Oh,
they are the process change is
Mhm.
helping to start expediting. So they were mailing out a week ago, the up to October 14th, I think it was. By now, I guarantee you they're getting caught up and starting to get them out quicker because they're not having to register the name to the coin ahead of time, then
yeah.
get it in the package. And it's this bottleneck of process. They literally removed all that and said, we're just going to grab a coin off the top. We're going to grab the next envelope. We're going to drop it in there and we're going to ship it off to them. And it's going to change everything. And so now they're mailing out hundreds, if not thousands of them per day or week compared to before. So this is great news because they're going to get caught up and then be able to stay caught up within a week or two.
So do you feel like all of our new miners that we can say it will be within 5 to 7 business days?
Not until they say it's at that point.
Okay.
Yeah, but I believe I know that they're getting caught up because it last week when they changed that process a couple weeks ago, I already saw them jump from September to October in like a week and a half.
Got it. Yeah. Okay.
So
All right.
knowing that, I'm like, golly, man, those guys are buried in those things. So anyway, great question. And it's a legitimate concern or worry, but your mind is nonetheless storing up the coins because that is earmarked for you based on that. You can still, by the way, log into mindtxe.com and officialize your login and all the stuff, and you can see what's happening and see all your data. Not a problem. You just won't see all
Okay.
of your coin development because you don't have a cold storage code yet.
All right. Ma'am, I appreciate the information on it could be definitely up to about 30 days before it gets here. I thank you so much for that.
Anyone, any other questions? I want to make sure everyone has a chance. We got Patricia, Bernadette,
I have
Ted.
a question.
Yeah, go ahead. Samsung.
Hello, I'm Michelle. I'm a friend of Helen and Joseph. So I have I have not set up my commission yet, but it says I have $1,000. It says I have 300 hash. So my question, the reason I haven't done it is you don't get both. You get either hash or commission. Is that correct?
Yeah, it pays out in one of three things. So you're either going to get hash, you could choose hash, or you could choose cash, or you can choose coin. I've done all three. I just have.
Okay.
At one point I was out of commission potential because I was signing people up, like under we were doing that under my wife and putting people under my kids and all that stuff, and then mine dwindled down, and all of a sudden I was like, well, I don't have any choice. I have to take hash or coin, and I don't have cash potential, so it's hash, which is why my mines just blew up because I'm over 31 or 33 mines right now. So there's no all of them are a blessing, but you only get one of the three.
Okay. So I know you said that you can't give advice, but I was on a Zoom last week where it said if you could take the hash, that would be the better option, correct? Yes
Well,
or no?
thinking of the long game, yes, the hash is a better option. I'll paint the picture for you. If I kept my one mine and never told a soul, oh, we just lost somebody. If I had my one mine and I never told a soul, and my mines never, if I never got added to hash, I would just have that one dividend every single day. And at the end of this, that would be 0.095 of a coin every single day. Okay. With 30 mines, you can take that 0.095, multiply it times 30, and that's my dividend every single day. There's a huge difference when you're looking at hash versus just your original mine. Big, big difference. So when people are saying that, they're looking long term. Remember, these are going to be mining for 136 years. That's a long time. Everyone on this screen will be long gone, and it will be left to legacy for our kids and grandkids. And I'm okay with that. It's the first time I've been able to do anything where I had the right intersection of time and opportunity.
And you can change along the way, correct?
Oh, you can choose whatever you want every single week. And remember, that's paid
Okay.
out every week. You could choose hash one
Yeah.
week, coins the next week, and then cash the next week, and just keep cycling it through like that. No problem.
All right. Awesome. That makes sense.
Cool. That's a great question. Any other questions?
Um,
Yeah, go ahead, Phyllis.
Nick, when I got to understanding the hash better than I did in the beginning,
Mhm.
I kind of wish I'd known then what I know now about. Uh, we've taken our commission three different ways. Okay, we took it first in cash because we didn't know how to change it, didn't know what else to do with it anyway, didn't even know we were getting it. So anyway, we just let it ride. Okay, as cash. That paid for our mine. Okay.
Mhm.
The next time we did TXC, that's what we did. We did TXC the next time.
Mhm.
And that commission enabled us to purchase a couple of more mines, a mine a piece for our kids. Okay. And then this last commission we got, I went ahead and did hash because, for instance, I'm looking at Dane's. His hash went from 100 hash to 700 hash
Mhm.
after this last purchase. Okay. And so his rewards went from 0.45 every day to now he's earning 2.89 every day. That's almost $3. So you go from a half a dollar to $3 a day, that's going to add up pretty
Yep.
quick, So from now on, if I don't have to have the cash, it's like a savings account. You put it over into the hash and it's going to multiply.
Yep. And I'm listening to you. I actually went on the TXC app to look at mine because you got me thinking, how many coins do I get per day? 13.65 coins a day right now.
Because you've got
33.
3,300 cash.
Yeah. So because of that, I have quite a bit that are showing up every single day. If I'd have had this many mines back in February, I would have thousands of coins, unquestionably.
And so what helped me to understand when we're talking mines to cash, we're talking about the same thing.
You are absolutely talking about the same thing. You're saying,
Okay. And I didn't realize that in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when somebody says they're buying a mine, okay, we bought 5 more mines last week and got one free.
Mm-hmm.
So those 5 mines, okay, he had 100 to start with your first one. He bought 5 mines and got the free one.
Uh-huh.
So that was 600 more in hash. So now he has 700 in hash.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's not like it's mines, but it's hash, but it's the same thing. Does that
Yes.
make sense? Does that confuse y'all new ones? Because it finally clicked for me
Mm-hmm.
last week.
Every mining seat is 100 megahash. So whatever the number is at the beginning, that's how many 100 megahash. Whether it's 1, 10, 12, doesn't matter.
And when you say you have 33 mines, you didn't purchase 33 mines. You earned.
I've earned 33.
Exactly. Dean, before last week had one, and he hasn't shared with anybody.
Yep.
So, but his hash has grown that much.
Yeah, and that's the way, that's why I said, if you decide to share, it's a great opportunity for those around you because family and friends get an opportunity, even if they're just going to buy one mine and let it sit. It does not mine. Right now, Joe has one mine, at least to my recollection. He bought a mine a week or two ago, 2 weeks ago, and he can 100% just let that sit there. If you bought the last seat on this rocket ship, I mean the very last seat, the very last 100 megahash, you would earn 3 coins a month. That's what you would earn. 3 coins a month. If those coins are worth $1,000, you're talking about $3,000 a month in asset. That'll get some people out of some trouble. I don't know about you. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of people's mortgage covered plus a car. That's crazy to me. To me, that's a blessing. That's why I'm looking at it long term. So now, if you multiply that times 30, that 3,000 times 30, that's $90,000 a month, isn't it? Am I thinking right? That's $90,000 a month in asset. And I know I'm recording this, but I'm telling you right now, in the future, and it's even starting now, they're borrowing collateralized loans against cryptocurrency. When you have enough of an asset there and the value is stable on the market, you can borrow against your own asset. That's pretty powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine borrowing against your own asset to pay for a house or a car, but you don't have to go liquidate a bunch of silver in a wheelbarrow. Trying to be like, can I get this Volvo, please? Does anyone even drive a Volvo anymore? Are they around still?
Yeah, they're still around.
Man.
Nobody wants to buy silver anyway.
Yeah, well, no, that's what Bobby realized is that he's got to figure out something that this new age is the younger people are wanting to buy. So, and that's why. So, okay, Hispanic Panic, Linda, Michelle, Ted, and Bernadette, because I can't see you. I want to make sure that you guys know you are welcome to ask questions in the chat if you haven't already. Oh, Ted, I remember Ted now. Yes.
Hi,
So
Ted.
I'm way better with faces than
Ted,
names.
I share your story all the time now.
Yeah. Um, but I want to
Okay,
make,
I'm on.
go ahead,
Hi,
sir.
Yeah,
everybody.
let Ted share his story for those new people.
Okay. Well, I was on your last call here, I don't know, 2, 3 weeks ago or something.
Mhm.
Uh, anyway, yeah, just to give a little story about my past. Back in 2016, I had a guy from our church. He came to me and was trying to get me to invest into this deal, and I knew nothing what he was trying to present to me, but it was buy in for $5,000, and if I bought in, it was going to. They were mining Ethereum. Ethereum was a mining for Bitcoin. So if I bought in for the 5,000, it would have got me 100 Bitcoin. back in 2016, which you all know what that's worth today. I mean, it's $8-9 million today. 3 weeks ago, it was worth $13 million. Bitcoin's dropped right now, but it'll come back up. But back then I didn't even know what digital currency was. I never heard of Bitcoin. I knew nothing about anything, and I still don't today. But whenever I was sent a couple videos from a gal, and when I watched the videos, I knew I was buying in. But back then, I didn't. I had the money, but I didn't need to spend the money because my other businesses were failing a little bit, and I needed to hang on to that money to take care of that. But I go back and I look at that, and I didn't maximize on that situation. And whenever I heard about this, I knew right then and there I was going to take advantage of it, whether I knew it was going to work or not. I just had to take that chance because I looked at what has happened in 10 years or less. I could have been sitting on $10 million basically. So, but
The
that's
10,
kind of my short version of the story.
the 10 million is what shocked Kirsten's system. We hung up that call. It was 2 Mondays ago. We hung up that call and she goes, "Are you kidding me? Poor Ted." Well, I said, "Babe, imagine, yes, that's unfortunate, but he's got another opportunity now. But imagine being the guy in New York who bought pizza and Coke, or pop as they call it up in New York, where they wash their clothes. But imagine imagine that guy, because he spent like hundreds and hundreds of Bitcoin to buy that pizza for one night. Imagine how he feels. So Ted's feeling pretty good compared to that guy.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's a powerful story as to opportunity. So
Yeah.
go ahead.
I got it in October, and October 11th. I'm just going to say this, not being boastful or anything, but I hope you guys don't mind me talking here. I
No, not at
apologize
all.
for in there, but I bought a 9 pack when I got in, and this is in October. In between my 3 spots, I'm setting on 5,100 hash power. So I'm just saying you can do it. It's just a matter of sharing the opportunity. I mean, and like Nick was saying earlier, what's that going to be worth when it hits 1,000? What's it going to be worth if it hits 500? I mean, you was talking $90,000, Nick. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I don't need nothing near 90,000 to live on. But I sure would take it. I could do a lot of nice things for a lot of people. But yeah, I'm just saying it's so doable. Just don't be afraid of being told no. Just go on to the next person. That's all you got to do.
Well, and the other side of it is you're coming from a perspective of I'm not, I truly, when I talk to someone or when I do a meeting like this, I don't know who brought who. And it's not coming from a perspective of, ooh, so how much is this going to benefit me? Honest truth, the middle class needs this kind of stimuli, and the future of money is going to be crypto. It just is. The
Mm-hmm.
transfer of wealth is going to come through crypto. It's not going to come through the Federal Reserve. I hate to tell you, but gold isn't backing anything anymore. And the promissory notes that we get printed, as soon as they turn those machines on and they start printing more dollars, we're losing more dollars because the value drops. But with crypto, it's different. It's a transparent network. It's all on a blockchain. There's a ledger. There's not fake gold sitting in Fort Knox that no one's ever seen. There's no Federal Reserve, which isn't federal. I hope the government doesn't get after me.
Oh,
You know what I mean? So the fact is that it's a very, very great opportunity. It's a very powerful opportunity. And Ted's story, we had a similar thing, but not quite. He had a much better opportunity, but we missed out on the opportunity, and I did not want to miss it this time when I realized what I had. So thank God for my mom. No one show her this recording. I don't want her head getting too big. Any other questions? Just want to make sure everyone has an ample opportunity. Cool. Well, We did it in an hour. That was including Q&A. And it was about 25 minutes for for the actual information, which felt really fast. So I really appreciate your time, you guys. If you
Yeah. And Nick, are you going to do this weekly?
I think so, yeah. Well, the reason we want to is because we were doing an in-person on the off week, so we were like every other week. But I'm realizing with the holidays and Zoom is just so easy to click and get on. You can
Yeah.
do it. I
So do
think,
you feel like you'll keep the same code and everything, the same link, if we were to invite people to be on for next week?
yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
Melissa, I made that graphic and it had that I put every Monday on it, and so
Yeah.
it'll be the same, yeah, the
Perfect.
same information. And if you have any suggestions on, I mean, so this is the second time. I got to give props to Leanne. She's on here. She helped to to make that beautiful slideshow presentation. Um, so there's good visuals and stuff like that. Um, and of course, he'll get more fluid as he continues to do it more often. But yeah, we've done some in person and they were great, but we could reach a lot more people via Zoom because our
Yeah.
network is all over the country.
Yeah. Well, I mean, thank you for doing it. I appreciate it. But I also think that, like so many of us that are here right now, I think we all have family and friends that we would love to invite in now that we've heard it, Nick. So thank you so very much. It was very clear, and I love how you presented. So yeah, I just appreciate you guys doing this because it's very, very helpful. We get super excited about it, but I don't always have the right words to explain it. I just know I'm excited and I believe in what we're doing. So I appreciate you guys giving up your Monday to share.
yeah. Well, I really truly believe in what the mission is, and I'll be honest with you. The first time, and I probably shouldn't even record this part, but the first time I logged into Bobby's Zoom on a Tuesday. There was a little bit of doubt that hit me because he was so unpolished and he comes across a little bit self-reliant and it was a little off-putting at first. And then I had an epiphany while listening to him. He was very unpolished for being as intelligent as he is. And I realized he's not trying to impress anyone.
Mhm.
He's just trying to push this forward. And you kind of have to have a bullheaded, strong-willed person leading that charge. You just do. Um, and I think he's the right person for it. Not to mention the decades of alternative finance and currency that he's been in all this time. So it makes it real easy when you see the fruit of everything. I've got a like for Ted, you look at your spot. You look in your mind and you see how many coins you're accumulating, how much wealth is sustaining itself in there, and you're building this wealth toward the growth of the coin. And as the coin grows, that wealth grows exponentially because you have all these coins in there, and every time the dollar changes, that multiplication happens immediately. And it's real easy to believe in that.
Who votes that Ted should be on every Monday to give his testimony?
Poor Ted. He got voluntold.
We're just gonna put a slide in there and introducing Ted. Here's your TED Talk.
Oh, TED Talk. Gee, oh man, that was low-hanging fruit. I don't know why I didn't think about that.
Nick, I think the word you was looking for a while ago to describe Bobby would be cocky.
Yeah,
The first, hang on, the first few times that I listened, well, really the first time I listened to him, I
mhm.
thought, well, this little cocky so and so. But now that I've listened to him almost every week since September, the more I listen to him, the more I want to listen to him because he is so upfront
Mhm.
with everything that's going on.
Yeah.
That first time you listen to him, because you don't really know the whole story, and it was like, really? Okay. But I promise you, the last few times he has come out with things that I thought, wow,
He's very transparent.
He's very
Very
transparent.
transparent.
Well, the other thing is you can learn a little bit about him if you guys want to. You can go and you can go on social media and you can look at his reels. But there's times where he addresses sharing the story and he gets teary-eyed about it. And it's not a false humility. It's a genuine humility because he's not the kind of guy who would cry in front of people. He's not that guy. But when it starts to hit him and he realizes the momentum it's gaining and the lives are being changed and all these things, it overwhelms him in those moments. So it's kind of cool. But anyway, yes, thank you, Phyllis.
So
And
give him, if you've only listened to him once or twice, give him some more time. I mean, listen to him over and over and over, because sooner or later, the real him comes forward. Okay.
he's like moss or algae. He grows on you.
He grows on you.
So anyway, if there is no more questions, I will just tell you, I love you guys. I hope you have a blessed night. Whatever decision you make, you own it, but it's you making that decision. So I really appreciate you guys making the time tonight.
I got one more question.
Oh,
Half a
Joe,
question.
wait, last minute.
Sorry. Is the only way to have commission is to invite people in and get them up underneath the two wings?
Yes and no. So, because commission can be done in three forms. So commission
Yeah.
won't always be dollars. You can earn hash by having points on both sides, but they are starting to change that. And in the booster level, which is from now forward, which you made it just before the cut.
Yeah.
In the booster realm, which is where they're at right now, they may make it so that if you're not contributing toward the network growth, you're not even able to get hash. And if I'm understanding correct, and Chris is on here, he may be able to confirm that.
He's just asking if commission. Yeah, and the answer is yes. To get commission, you have to share.
Well, but it's based on points. That's what I'm trying to say is that. So let's
Yeah,
just say, Joe, you decide to take your commission in hash. When you do that, it's like spending the money you would have earned on new mines. And when you do that, those points roll up, and you're giving someone points above you. In
Okay.
like so, those points would roll. This is why, I've been able to
The
amass.
about point process. But
It's
yeah,
a different
she
call. We can break all that down, no problem.
okay.
But no, the answer is yes, but no, and no, but yes, and it's
I
because
get
it
you. I
changes
get
the
you
number.
now. Yeah.
Oh,
I understand it now.
yeah, but
Wait,
we'll do some.
Nick, are you saying that if you haven't personally sponsored somebody, but there's been people put under you and points are rolling up, you can take that as hash?
I'm saying that it used to be that way
Okay, I
because
thought they
it's real
stopped all
easy,
that.
but with the booster side, they're stopping that, and that's why I'm talking to a mixed crowd, and I'm saying that's yes, but no, and no, but yes. Joe got in right before the deadline on that.
Okay, but I didn't even realize that. So let's just say like Brian's parents for one. Okay, they bought 5 mines, they got the one free. They have not told a soul about this, but they are accumulating points because we're putting people under them. So if they get 3 points on each side, they can actually take that as hash, even though they haven't personally sponsored anybody
When did they buy?
months ago.
Um, if it was months ago, yes, hash is an option for them.
Okay. That's good to know. I didn't even know that. I thought you had to personally sponsor to be able to get any kind of reward.
You do now.
Okay.
That's why, because I'm talking to a mixed crowd. It's like,
Gotcha. Okay.
Chris he's going to confirm something.
Okay. To break it down a little bit for you, Leanne. So basically, I got in at the beginning of August, and I was one of the last ones of the launchees, which is the group that I'm in.
Okay.
And Nick is in the Founders Club, and you can find all this information on mindtxc.com.
I'm in launchies too.
Okay, so the launchees group, if you have points but don't have any cash potential, you automatically get hash for free regardless.
Gotcha.
The group after that,
Rocketeers.
what's that?
The
The Rocketeers.
The Rocketeers, correct. If they have points but no cash potential or commission potential, they don't get anything. Those points just go away.
Gotcha.
They, however, the Rocket or those guys, they can still get the BOGO. The new group that is just starting, if they choose hash, they only get one mine or 100 hash, not the 200 that all the previous groups get.
Right.
What Nick was referring to is the next group, which will be somewhere around the 75,000 mark, is what they had said on the last call. They won't be able to choose hash as an option. It will either only be commission or TXC.
Right. Okay.
And the
Does
reason
that help break it down a little bit?
No, I understood all that. I was not aware because I got in right around the same time as you, and I was not aware that I could still get hash if it was just from points rolling up under me, whether or not I had sponsored or not. That's new information to me.
Okay. Yes,
You
you
learn something
would.
new. Okay.
If you're part of the launchies group, you would. Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and this is why, talking to a mixed crowd, it's really tough to answer the question straight because, uh, it's not the same answer for everybody.
But Nick, where do we find that in the back office? Where is that?
When you look at your profile, you'll see on the right side under your name, you'll see the person who has sponsored you. You'll see your coin, your TEXIT coin number. But you'll also see what group you're in. Like mine says, oh my goodness, what does mine say? Early adopter.
Mm,
My minor number is 1,235.
wow.
Yeah, and now they're at 20,000 something, or no, 50,000 something. That just tells you where my minor number is, right? So I was definitely an early adopter. Which means there's a lot of stuff grandfathered in because of that one mine that I didn't even choose to buy. It's hard not to smile when everything works out. But anyway, um, great question. So thank you, Chris.
Just so you know, it's under your profile under team info. It'll say what group you're in.
Yeah. So it's all there. They're pretty transparent about everything, and they're actually really good about keeping track of everything. So anyway, y'all have a good night. Enjoy your evening. Thank you for being here. Love y'all.
Thank you, Chris.
Night.